What's going on, guys? My name is Tom and welcome to the first video on my channel. I'm starting in January 2023 and I'm going to see how far I can go and how fast I can build this channel up by the end of the year. I wanted to make the first video based off what I truly believe, which is starting YouTube on a budget. Everyone nowadays in 2023, all the kids growing up with all this technology and anyone who isn't a child my age, 20, 24, growing up with the technology advancements that we've had, they all get hung up on all the good audio and visual quality that you don't need in order to start a channel. And I'm saying that because my brother was contemplating starting a YouTube channel for ages until eventually he just gave up on looking at cameras, even though I told him which ones to buy, and he just started using his phone. And he's enjoying it. It's a lot easier. It's always in your pocket. You carry it around with you anyway, and you can use your phone to vlog or to do B-roll or whatever it may be, and it's decent enough quality, especially now with the newest iPhones or the phone I'm using, which is Google Pixel 7 Pro. With this cinematic mode feature, you can make it look almost identical to a professional camera. Obviously there are bits and bobs which are different. That's just because cameras are hardware and phones will be using software, and hardware usually outdoes the software, but it's still good enough quality to start. Everyone seems to use that as an excuse to not start. They've had this idea for ages. They want to start doing tutorials, they want to start doing gaming, but they don't have the best thing. You don't need the best thing to start. You can get the best thing later on down the line when you've started and earned those subscribers and views and got the money. And now when it comes to audio, you don't need the expensive audio either. This microphone that I'm using, I bought 2 days ago. It's the Tonal TC30. It costs around £27, half price roughly from £50. So £50 budget and you get this audio quality, which is decent audio quality, especially for the price. You get similar quality, maybe obviously a bit better quality, for microphones that cost £200 or more. You do not need to spend that much on a microphone. If you're doing vlogs, you might want to use a lavalier mic. Now those are the mics that clip onto you. I've got one clipped onto me underneath my hoodie. And this one sounds like this, which granted isn't the best audio quality, I agree, but it may be better than your phone. Or if it isn't better than your phone, it still gives you more options when it comes to your vlogs. So if you're wanting to talk to other people, you can take the mic off and go back and forth. Can't do that with the phone really. If you want to set the phone down and walk off and look at a view and you're talking to the camera, you have the option as well. If your budget is a little bit more, you can buy more expensive versions of phone mics, but this is based off a budget, so I'm not going to go into that now. I also filmed the B-roll in this video with my phone. I use cinematic mode and also 4K. Don't know which one I'm going to use yet, but I'll put on the screen now. So this is using the cinematic mode, and you can see what that looks like. And then this is using the 4K, and you can see what that looks like. And it depends on your preference, but they're more or less the same. Cinematic mode obviously allows you to change the focus and adds a slight blur to the background, and 4K just tends to be a little bit sharper. But the issue with 4K being sharp is that sometimes, depending on the phone, I'm not entirely sure what this phone is like, but sometimes depending on the phone or the camera, it can be too sharp and almost look cartoonish and fake. So you have to keep an eye on that if you're technical enough about it and you understand everything. If not, then just set your phone up on cinematic mode or 4K. Doesn't matter. And now when it comes to editing your videos, there is a free software called DaVinci Resolve, which I recommend to everyone to use. You don't just have editing on there, you have color grading on there, you have sound design on there. It's what filmmakers use, it's what I use when I made my films. The website in the description below. And it is perfect for someone on a budget, and it's free. How many times do I have to say it's free? It's free. So get on, download it, and start editing with it. I'll have a tutorial uploaded next week using DaVinci and going through the basics of the editing process. I'll ignore the color grading for now, I'll save that for another video, but just the editing process, basic stuff like importing, cutting, exporting, that sort of thing. The only things you really need to start the channel. I also just want to mention as well that if you are gaming on a laptop, like I actually tend to do, or even on your PC, if it's not a Mac, if it's Windows, actually even if it is a Mac, there's a free way to record your screen. You can record your screen for free. If you're doing gaming videos, you can record your screen for free, get this mic for £27, and then edit it for free, and then upload for free. You can do all of this for free, so where's the excuse? There is none. So just get on and start your channel, whatever it may be, whatever your passion is. If it is this sort of thing that I do, talking about cameras and videography, if it's creating something, if it's crafts, if it's gaming, get on and do it. You can do it with your phone, which is always on you, always in your pocket, unless it's like an old Nokia brick phone, then in which case I recommend not using your phone. But I'm hoping that most people watching the video have a decent phone. And then finally, YouTube basics, thumbnails. I will be uploading a thumbnail tutorial in a couple weeks time, the week after the DaVinci video, and I will strongly recommend using Photoshop, which is more money. So it's £10 a month for Photoshop and also Lightroom and some extras, but it will allow you to create good thumbnails. If you do not have £10 a month to spare and you've had this mic for your birthday and you've had the phone for your birthday and you're just wanting to start, or you don't have a job, whatever your situation may be, then you can always just set up a thumbnail like, oh look, microphone. You're doing a microphone review and you're just like, maybe try and get some color in. If you manage to get some colored lights or something like that, you can just pose, take a picture or take a screenshot of that video footage and use that as your thumbnail. That's fine. As long as your title is enticing and you've got a decent description, people will still click. So don't have to worry too much about thumbnails, but I'm still going to go in depth about thumbnails for people who do have the budget for Photoshop and want to learn how to create the enticing thumbnails that people will want to click on. But I believe that rounds up my first ever video. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did and subscribe if you are new, which everyone is, because 0% of you are subscribed. So subscribe and leave a comment down below any questions that you may have, and also video ideas. I'm going to be asking this every week because I've tried YouTube in the past and I always run out of ideas. So from the get-go, for the first video, every week, I'm going to be asking you for video ideas and I will make the ones that I believe are decent. If they're rubbish, then they will not be made. So make them good and also subscribe. Oh, and also I need an outro. I don't know if I want to go peace or cheers guys or see you later or just cut the video off.